Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, The Scent Obsessed Mom. My name is Lauren, and I love to talk about all things related to affordable fragrances for the everyday woman. So if that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing. I'm a brand new channel, so I really appreciate all of your support. And today I am going to start the first in a series of perfumes that I'm obsessed with. And so I hope to do one of these maybe every few weeks or so, but at the very least one a month. And my goal is to try to get them to match the season. So being in the middle of fall, and fall just happens to be my absolute favorite season, I'm going to be sharing a perfume that is new to my collection. So maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit on this because I haven't worn it a ton yet, but I don't think I am because that's just how awesome I think it is. This was love at first sniff for me. I got a sample in and immediately went and ordered the full size off of Amazon. And this was like a first spray, all the way from first spray to the dry down. This is not something that I feel like I have to let macerate or any of the above. Like, I just love this fragrance. And not only that, but it is absolutely perfect for fall and winter. And I cannot wait to share it with you and to wear it out more in the coming months. So this is not anything new. I mean, I've seen plenty of people reviewing it and talking about it on social media. It's become, I think, pretty popular. But I just wanted to add my 2 cents in because I was actually surprised by how much I love this. So this is an intense version of a perfume. And if you're interested in seeing what it is, you can continue watching. It's an intense version of a perfume. I intentionally never tried the original version of this perfume because based on the scent notes and the description and the reviews I was seeing for each of them, I really felt like this intense version was going to be a better fit for me. I still have not smelled the original, but I am extremely happy with this one. So, this is a fragrance as well that I feel like not only is it perfect for fall and winter, you can really wear it anytime, obviously, but I think this would be like the perfect date night scent. It is unisex, but in my opinion, it is leaning slightly feminine. If you have any guesses on what it is, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I would also love it if you would share with me what some of your favorite perfumes are for fall, specifically for fall. Your cooler weather, maybe not super cold, but cooler weather favorite fragrances. Specific men, you can jump in and share too, especially if they're unisex fragrances. Women especially, what are some of your favorites? Okay, did you guess? Here it is, guys. Teriaq Intense. So if you love perfumes, if you're in the fragrance world at all, if you've been watching on YouTube and social media, you've probably heard of this fragrance. Like I said, I'm not like showing you anything brand new, okay? So this was released by the house of Lattafa in 2024. So I'm actually a little late, a little late to the bandwagon with this one. Now, as I said, based on reviews, I was really not that interested in trying the original Teriaq. It was the Intense that really intrigued me. However, and I'll read you the notes here in a second, but I really do love Arab fragrances. However, I do know from smelling a lot of them, and some of you may know as well, they can be a lot. Like, they can be pretty intense, like beast mode, almost to the point of being too much, at least for me. So that's the only thing that I kind of worried about this, along with some of the notes, which again, I'll talk about in a second. But this is definitely a perfume that I am obsessed with. And since it is fall, I thought this would be the perfect one to start this little Perfumes I'm Obsessed with series on. Again, I hope to continue adding these, 1 or 2 a month or so, and make them appropriate for whichever season we're in. So hopefully you get some good recommendations from these videos, or if you're kind of on the fence about this one, hopefully this gives you a little bit better of an idea. So again, Teriaq Intense, House of Lattafa, released in 2024. It is a unisex scent, but in my personal opinion, I do feel like it is leaning just slightly feminine. Perfect for fall and winter, as I mentioned, perfect for nighttime, date night. So the main accords for this one, according to Fragrantica, are amber, warm, spicy, cinnamon, vanilla, and metallic, which is interesting to me because I'm not really getting the metallic. But top notes are saffron and bergamot. Mid are plum liquor or liqueur, however you want to say it, and cinnamon. And base, amber, tonka bean, and benzoin. So a couple notes that concerned me a little bit that kind of I held back a little bit from buying this were, number one, the liqueur. Like I actually kind of like boozy scents, but I'm like, is it going to be too boozy, right? The cinnamon scares me a little bit because I don't mind a little cinnamon, but it needs to be very well blended with the other notes. And I don't like to just smell like cinnamon, you know, a cinnamon stick. So I was a little nervous about that. Saffron, I had not worn or sampled a ton of fragrances with saffron, so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about that. But guys, let me just tell you, and I have this sprayed on my arm, so it has dried down, but I'm also going to spray a little bit on my hand just so I can give you another kind of first impression spray. And this is a strong fragrance, so I really don't feel like this is something that you're going to need to, nor would you probably want to overspray it. In my experience, I mean, it lasts on the skin. I have not sprayed this like all over, like on clothes and everything. And so I probably would need to report back as far as like wearing all day, the longevity. Those of you that have worn this more than I have, maybe you can give your input in the comments. But again, I really, really wanted to start this and I thought it was perfect for fall and I just love it so much that I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the video. I'm gonna share my experiences so far and I can always come back and update it. But I've heard good things. I've heard mainly good things from people as far as the projection and longevity and all of those things. So, guys, like I said, just right off first spray. I mean, the first impression that I get is this is just very well blended. The cinnamon is not smacking me in the face, which was something I was worried about. It's not overly boozy, but it is a little boozy. I love plum, so I was happy that it had plum in it, but it's also not overly fruity. That's the other thing. I don't like things that are too fruity. That's not the case with this. The cinnamon is definitely there, but it's not, again, it's not like at the very forefront. And then to me, it does not take long for that amber and that tonka bean and that benzoin to really pull through. Guys, it's warm, it's boozy, but not too boozy. It's cozy. It is such a cozy fragrance. It's sweet, but not overly so. You get those spices in there. Like, I love a nice, spicy, warm scent, but again, I worry sometimes with these Middle Eastern fragrances for them being way too beast mode, like to the point of nauseating, right? And that is not what I get from this. The other thing that I worry about is a lot of times with unisex scents, at least the ones that I've been trying recently, they've pulled a little too masculine for me. And I'm someone who really has only just recently gotten more into unisex scents. So I really do not mind a good unisex scent at all. But I've had quite a few that, in my opinion, lean a little too masculine. That is not the case with this. As I mentioned, I feel like if anything, this maybe leans a little more feminine. I'm in love with this fragrance, guys. And like I said, it makes me think of just wearing a cozy sweater, or you're wrapped in a blanket and, you know, maybe you're out for a hayrack ride or an evening walk. I mean, it's such a cozy, like I said, fall and cooler weather type scent. This would be great to carry over into the winter. I can picture myself wearing this on date nights with my husband for sure. It has a little bit of sexiness to it, you know? Yeah, I think it's smooth, it's well blended, there's nothing screechy, there's nothing that really just is too much or over the top for me. And those are the kinds of fragrances that I like. Now, if there's a note in there that is like my absolute favorite note, like vanilla, for example, that would probably be about the only note that I would be perfectly fine if all I smelled was vanilla, right? There's not too many notes like that. And so, yes, I love just a very well blended fragrance. I love warm fragrances with a little spice. And that's exactly what this is. I just love it. I'm trying to think of other fragrances that this reminds me of. Now, again, not a dupe, not saying it's like super, super similar, but it does remind me of scents like Black Opium, a little bit. Good Girl, a little bit. Just because to me it's a darker, deeper fragrance, I guess is what I'm saying. It reminds me of nighttime, although like I said, you could wear this at any time during the cooler weather. I don't see this as a good summertime scent. I think it would be too much. And like I said, not something that you would probably want to overspray. But again, it might depend on your skin chemistry. As far as longevity, so far on skin has been good, but I do need to test it out a little bit longer to give you a full review and impression of longevity. So I'll report back on that, but I was just so excited about it, guys, and I love it like even more than I thought that I would love it. There's very few perfumes that I feel like I sample and then I want to run right out and buy the full size. And by the way, I did get this one on Amazon. It was like $29.99, so $30 for a 3.4 ounce I think is pretty dang good. You can't beat it for the smell, the quality, the strength of it. Like, it's just, I just love it. So if you like these kinds of scents and you're looking for a good cozy scent for fall, winter, for date night, evening wear especially, I highly recommend this one. I really do. I believe I got my sample from Scent Decant. I am not sponsored by any of these companies, by the way. I'm brand new. I'm a newbie. Okay, I'm not sponsored by anyone, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm giving you my honest review here. But I believe Scent Decant, and I've used other ones too. I've gotten, actually, this one may not have been Scent Decant. I have gotten samples from that site. This one was from an Etsy shop. And now, of course, I'm not going to remember. Scent Shop, maybe? There's some good Etsy shops that provide good, reasonably priced samples. And this particular shop had a really wide selection, especially of the Arab fragrances. So go, if you just Google whatever fragrance you want and sample on Etsy, or go to Scent Decant. There's some other good websites out there, too. It's a really good way to just, I'm trying to get away personally myself from blind buying, especially if you're going to pay full price for a large bottle. And, you know, a lot of these Middle Eastern houses, that's the only thing is they don't generally, that I've seen, offer smaller sizes. So if you don't want to commit to the full thing, go get a sample. But if you like these kind of fragrances, highly recommend this, guys. So that is the first scent that I am obsessed with, specifically for fall. I'll be back later to share more of those with you. Hopefully this has helped you out if you're interested in this fragrance, or you know, you've been kind of on the fence about whether or not to get it. So yeah, I hope everybody has a fabulous rest of their, I'm recording this on Monday, but whatever day you see this, I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Again, I am a brand new channel, so I can use all the help I can get, guys. And I really, really appreciate your support. You're going to hear my toddler in the background. This is the Scent Obsessed Mom, right? So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon.